What is going on, prosperity practitioners? It's Brandon Hanley here today with day number 25. If you have made it all the way to day number 25, and after you spend your check for I'm just going to call it 1.7 billion because that's what it is, and all the other numbers are kind of meaningless at this point, right? And it's funny because we get to this point and we're like, wow, I don't even know what to spend this on. And even I get to this point, I'm like, wow, I don't even know what to spend this on. And you really have to dig deep and go figure out how to spend it. Once you've made it to day number 25, you have, after spending your money today, you will have spent $3.4 billion. How does that ring your bell? It can ring my bell. Anyways, guys, today we have, like I said, we've got these. We've got all this money. We've had some new people putting what they're spending their money on. I like to share those with some of the ideas, and some of you will recognize these ideas as your own. Private jet. I think a lot of people are going to end up getting a private jet. Somebody mentioned that they got in a private jet in one of the Facebook groups, and I had a chuckle. I was like, you know what? I forgot to get a hangar. I don't even have a hangar yet, but somebody else did think to get an airplane hangar, pilot, also 900 trips worth of fuel for the jet. We're going places, baby. What else we got in here? We've got somebody bought the Budweiser Clydesdale horses from the commercials, which I thought was entertaining and a good one. Someone else is getting a whole body makeover, inclusive of the goddamn double chin. Come on now. But congratulations on your full body makeover. We give let's find, and here's what I find is interesting. We're all the way back at the beginning. Here's somebody with a new entry for $100, and they're buying groceries, right? When we've got smaller amounts of money, we're focused on the things that we need, that make sense. What would you normally do with $100? I'd buy groceries. What would you do with $200? I'd pay the electric bill. What would you do with $300? $400? I'd make a car payment, et cetera. Until you start getting above those numbers, you're like, all right, now I'm going to actually start buying the things that I really want, right? This isn't how will you spend this money on the things that you need. It's how will you spend this money to fully express your life in the way that you feel that you need to express your life. So to you, person of infinite value, on day number 25, with your just ridiculous 1,677,721,600 straight from the bake of infinite abundance. On day number 25, let's get into our words of encouragement. This one's going to come from Abraham Hicks, who also gives us the idea for the game to begin with. The whole prosperity practice originates from the prosperity game that came from Abraham Hicks. Do not let others set the standard about how much money you should have or about what you should do with it, for you are the only one who could ever accurately define that. Right? I mean, this is what I was just saying here, though, a second ago. It's like, sure, your early monies, you're going to spend it on what you need. But once you get to what you want, right, this is your money. You're going to determine, even if you could spend this much money. We're up at, like I said, we're at $1.7 billion. I'm curious to see how the rest of everybody spends their money. Because is there a point where there's so much money that you can't even imagine or fathom? You can't even figure out a way that you would spend it? Does it get to a point where you're like, all right, I'm set. I have everything I could possibly ever want, including a solar, what are those solar sail, right, that they've got on the satellites. What about the guy that went up to sky? The Red Bull guy who went all the way up to the sky and jumped down. Anyways, have you got everything you want? Have you thought about everything that you wanted already, or could you still think about more and figure out a way to spend it? Yay or nay? But nobody else, except for you, sets that standard about how much money you should have or about what you should do with it. you are absolutely the only one who could accurately define that. So that's a great quote from Abraham Hicks. And here's one from I think it's from the Bible, and I laugh because I don't know what MT 633 stands for. I'm guessing Matthew. I don't know, but I like the quote. But strive first for the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. And my interpretation is that it's like really set yourself straight, right? Set your internal self straight. Find your heaven within, and make your body is your temple to your spirit, right? And get all that right. Get your head straight, and see the world as you want to see it, as it's intended, right? And you'll find that the things are going to start coming to you on the external side once you get your internal side straightened out. Pretty sure that's the impact that line has on me. And I could be way off base. I'm sure somebody will come at me and say, hey, that's not really what they're saying there. That's my interpretation of it. That is the beauty of words. That is the beauty of everything that we have out there, is that it is all up for interpretation. And that's where that one hits me square. As always, I hope that you are continuing to enjoy this practice. It has been 25 days. And I also want to remind you to keep going on. If you fell behind it, I'm behind it. It's my own practice, and I'm behind today. It's not all or nothing. You get it all done, right? You get it all done. You don't have to get them all done at the same time as everybody else. It's not a race to spend this money. If you do it in sequence, if you are able to do it day after day, I'm sure that there's a little bit more of a synopsis in the brain and everything else built up better that way. Your neuron paths are I'm sure well paved at that point in time. But if you miss a day or two in between, and it's okay, just get back into it. And I had somebody reach out to me, they said, hey Brandon, I think I got lost. I don't know where I am with this prosperity practice. Reach out to me, let me know. And if you have been tracking yourself on the forums, then I can help you figure that out. Otherwise, all I can do is look and tell you whether or not you've checked your email for it. At any rate, guys, as always, I'm glad that you are here. I'm glad that you're going through the prosperity practice, and I do hope that it's having a benefit for you. And please, if it is having any impact on you, I've been notified that it's helping people with accountability. I've been notified that it's helping people with their mindset. And I've been notified that it's simply entertaining for some people, the podcast itself. So, however it's hitting you, let me know. Love to hear. You can reach out to me at Brandon@prosperity-practice.com, and I look forward to hearing from you.